Grand Rising. Are you living today, or are you living yesterday, or are you living 5 years ago? A lot of times we rise up and we live the day before, yesterday, 20 years ago. How about we start living today? Make today the first day of the rest of your life. I'm going to be talking about this. Hopefully this message will add some value to you so you could see that if you look at today as the first day of your life, you can start living in creation rather than recreating the past. So they found out this one fun fact is that we repeat the same thoughts almost every day. So I want you to think about the last thought you had today. Did you have that thought yesterday? Did you have that thought 20 years? Did you have that thought 5 years ago? Or did you have that thought 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago? Chances are we're having about the same thoughts. And we know that thoughts become things, so therefore we're having the same things show up. The moment we could change the way we think and the way we look at things, the more things will change, because thoughts become things, and our perception of things is our thoughts. You see what I'm saying? So here's what I mean. If we think about everything that we thought about yesterday, the only thing that's going to happen is yesterday's result. You can't get tomorrow's result with yesterday's thoughts. Okay, you can't get today's creation with yesterday's recreation. So if you keep recreating yesterday, you're going to get the same exact thing. So you're saying, yeah, I know that, Ed, but it's hard for me to think differently. I want to say to you that do you want to make a choice to make today the first day of your life, or do you want to keep repeating all of the days over and over again? So somebody asked me, how do I stop thinking the same thoughts every single day? It is in your routine. It is in your priming. It is in the activities that you do to put certain stimuli in your mind. And it is also, you have to get yourself to a state every day where your thoughts have been redirected and reprogrammed, that is going towards a direction. It just can't change that direction. So just today I'm running. I'm over here. Today I'm running. And what I'm doing is I'm saying some affirmations. I'm putting in some thoughts. I'm like, it has to work, or it has to work. No more 50%, 120 only. I'm doing these things. Now somebody says, why are you out here running and doing affirmation? What I'm doing is I'm getting my energies in a higher state of mind. I'm putting things into my brain. And today I'm dismantling what happened yesterday. I am making dedication to the things that's been bothering me in my mind rather than reiterating what happened then. At some point in your life, you have to get sick and tired of repeating your past over and over. A lot of times we're getting different days. We're getting a different number in the day, but we're having the same day. Somebody asked me like, yo, it's Tuesday. What day is it for you? Well, it's still Monday. That's because if you had the same thoughts that you had on Monday today, you're living Monday and you're not living Friday. So today is the first day of your life. I want you to think about this. By the way, as y'all tap into this, share this video to 5 friends and comment done. What if every single day was the first day of your life? And every day you said, let there be light. And you shine light towards the path you wanted to go, towards what you wanted to create. How would your life evolve? What if every day was the first day of your life? Really think about this. If every day was the first day of your life and you said, hey, I'm on a clean state, what would you do with that power? What would you do if you had an opportunity to not live an identity, but recreate it every day? What would you do with that opportunity? What if your reputation that was yesterday, you could dismantle that reputation by today and have a new one for yourself? Which means, what if whatever was keeping you in shame, blame, guilt, frustration, resentment, you can change that reputation with yourself. You can say, hey, I'm going to choose to look at me differently than I've been always looking at myself. What if today can be the first day of the rest of your life? How would that look like? Would you feel a burden let go? You're like, bruh, I know, man, this sounds all good and all, but I don't know how to do that stuff, man. In fact, I don't even know if I'm repeating the past. All I know is I feel the same experiences every day. All I know is I feel a knot in my shoulder every day. All I know is I feel this over here. All I know is I'm having about the same freaking experiences every day, bro. I just don't know, man. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do. Here's what happens. When we don't say, I'm going to create how I am and how I experience today, your body recreates how you've been, right? Because your body is operating out of your memory. And the memory says, hey, let me recreate whatever you experience, either to protect you, most likely to protect you. So most likely what your body is going to do is, if you don't tell it, it's going to tell you. So what if I told you right now, the reason why everything keeps repeating is not necessarily because of you, but it's because of your body. Because your body has housed a certain amount of memory that is hardwired into you, and unless you could get rid of those memories, or not necessarily get rid of memories, but unless you could stop reliving them, you're going to keep reiterating them. A lot of times we think of trauma as something that is necessarily just really, really horrible. Something that happened that's very, when we think of traumatic, the thing that comes to us is something traumatizing. Now we have to understand there is a difference between something traumatizing and something that was a traumatic. Now, well, I guess it's about the same. Actually, no, it's not the same. Something that's traumatic is this. It has happened and it left a linger. Something that's traumatic, it has happened and it left a stain behind. So it affects you. It's not necessarily the intensity of the trauma, but it's the fact that it's a trauma. Not necessarily it's super intense, not necessarily abuse, not necessarily any of those things. Something that is traumatic means that to some extent it affected you once and it keeps affecting you again because there was no resolution to it. Something more traumatizing can be more, it induces more fear in you, right? It is an experience that most people don't go through, and it's really, really a burden to carry because it brings about so many things. It's traumatizing almost. Day-to-day life can be traumatic, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's traumatizing. So somebody said, yo, how can day-to-day life be traumatic and not traumatizing? If those are not the same. Is this. Sometimes you, like, a trauma can be something as, like, people are traumatized with a watermelon. I ate a piece of watermelon. It did not taste like I expected it. Nobody ever says this is a trauma, by the way. Some people are traumatizing by vegetables and fruits. It's a traumatic thing because I had a taste of it and I didn't like it when I was 5. Now I'm 55 or I'm 25. Every time I see the watermelon, I'm not even trying to see if it's sweet or not. All I know is I had a watermelon before it wasn't sweet. So all of a sudden, you look at a watermelon, you don't see a potential fruit that may be sweet or not sweet. You see a watermelon that's just horrible. That in itself is trauma. Because you're traumatized by the very fact of a fruit because you had a preconceived idea of how it's going to taste. A preconceived idea of how you're going to taste things in life allows you to be scared of them. And allows you to never even step into them. So what if every day you had a preconceived idea of how you're going to experience your life? Don't you think that you're going to experience your life the way you preconceived it? Of course you're going to experience it the way you conceived it, because the way you visioned, the way you've seen it. Because it is your perspective that you experience life through your lenses. You don't experience life per se. You can be in the same room and we see two different things. That's because we're seeing based on our vision, based on our insight, based on our mindset. So a lot of times, what's traumatizing to one person is not traumatizing to another. So you want to know, somebody question manifest. Here's what it is. Unless we question what we concluded, we will always fall into a conclusion. Question what you concluded about everything. And see if you're waking up, repeating a conclusion, or are you having an experiment your life. Once we fall into the conclusion, we've stopped the experiment and we no longer experiment. You ever heard of the scientific method? I know y'all went to science class. I know I'm not the only nerd up in here. First is a problem statement. A problem statement is that, yo, there is a problem. There's something I want to discover or change. There's the problem statement. So you could say this is like an external conflict in your life. Man, I got a problem statement here. So then now you have an hypothesis. So you assume what's the proper way of dealing with this problem based on your past. This is what a hypothesis is. This is the scientific method. You could use this in your own life, but here's what most of us do. Here's what we do. We have a problem statement, and we come up with an automatic negative hypothesis. And this is a sure way of saying that we automatic assume that this is how it worked. This is why it is like this, based on false evidence appearing real, called fear. It's a scientific method. After you had a problem statement and you create a hypothesis, you have to do the experiment, right? You have to set there are steps that you have to do. So now you have to look at the variables. So once you do, you have to look at the different sides of things. Now there's the control variable. I mean, I don't want to go too deep in this. I'm like a science nerd. Now I think we all learn this, right? So then you look at the different sides of the situation. But let me tell you this. There is also something in the scientific world that says this. There are biased opinion. So sometimes what we do is we do a whole experiment based on a biased lens. We come to a conclusion and then we turn it into a law. I sped it all up. And then we abstract that law. My audio is very low. How about now? And then we abstract that law and we turn, let me know about my audio. We turn that law into something that runs our lives. And every single day, not even a law, it's not a law, it's a theory. We take a theory from an experiment and then we make the theory the basis of our life. And now we're living our life based on theory and we're not actually experimenting life as we should. So let me tell you this, if you turn your life into a continuous scientific experiment, when a problem arises, you can hypothesize, but you have to make sure that you go out and you do the experiment. So what I'm saying is this. We can't wake up every single day basing our lives on what happened then, on a lens of because this happened, that will happen. This is a cause and effect. The moment we say, because I'm happening like this, I will create this, we step from cause and effect to causing an effect. The difference is, it's not because of this that happened, but because of this cultivation, I created this. When we say cause and effect, we say because this happened, this is happening. When we say causing the effect, we say because I'm happening this way, I'm creating this. It's a bigger difference. Most of us, we walk around and say, well, this happened because that happened. Instead of saying, well, this can happen because I'm happening this way. Every day you have to make a decision to say, hey, I want this to continue to happen. Somebody says, well, what if you have a positive effect? Why change? It's based on, it's not about necessarily changing so you could be positive or negative. It's an evolution so you can reach your ultimate potential of experimenting life. So just like a scientific evidence, it isn't necessarily saying what's good or bad. It is rediscovering what is. So likewise, every single day we have to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, because the moment we've concluded, we have stopped. The moment we stop experimenting, we no longer seek to discover. The reason why science keeps going forward is this. It's because we never reach to a point where we say this is it and this is only it. We have to reach a certain point and says this is it, but there's more. This is the only way of continuously improvement. Now, this is what companies use. A method called continuous improvement says, hey, we're doing good as a company today, but how can we get better? How can we evolve? How can we get to the next level? How can we increase our revenue? So likewise, we must also think, yo, how can I bring more of myself out here? How can I elevate? The moment we stop repeating past memories, we could create future things. We could create things in the future. Because we can say, hey, right now I am here. I am sitting here right now. It happened. It happened. I accept that it happened. but I choose how I'm going to happen. It happened. I accept that it happened, but I'm choosing how I happen, because at the end of the day, I can't change it, but I can change how I'm happening. So the moment you decide that it happened, but you decide how you're going to happen, you could transform everything. Because you see that, man, just because it was then doesn't mean it has to be now. Because it's not because of this cause that I am this effect, but because I am causing, I am affecting. The moment you decide that you are not going to be an effect of a misfortune that happened to you, the more you tap into your fortune. If you are the effect of the misfortune, you're missing the fortune. If you are the effect of what happened that shouldn't happen, didn't have to happen, then you are missing what has in you. Because when you say this happened, so it dictates how it happened, you gave it your power. Let me tell you this. If somebody came over here and said, hey, give me all you got, and you gave them all you got, are you willing to give them all you got now and 15 years from now? Are you willing to give them all you got now and 20 years from now? Or are you willing to give it up and find what you got in you? Can I get an amen for that one? So here's what I'm saying. Do not be an effect of what happened to you. Affect what's going to happen. Do not be an effect like, yo, this person broke my heart, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to conclude that everybody like this person or everybody in general is going to break my heart. So I'm going to close my heart to the entire world. To put up a wall to protect your heart is also to put up a wall to stop love from coming in and love from going out. So when we base our lives on what happened then, we stop ourselves from happening now. Now, I'm not telling you not to use what happened then as foundations and structures to set up boundaries. Not using what happened then as structures to set bridges. But I'm saying what happened to you doesn't have to keep happening to you. What happened to you can be a shift towards how you can happen. So you want to know exactly, how does this relate to my life, yo? Let's say as a kid something happened, and now you find the need to control some situations. But so every time you step into a new situation, you find yourself being controlling. Because you said, well, this happened, this person took advantage, so now I have to happen this way, because if I don't, this person will also take advantage. So now you became the controller, and now you actually inflicting what you never wanted to begin with. The abuser becoming the abused continues the abuse cycle, and no one ever wins, and you lose. Both parties lose. So I'm asking you to protect your heart with the dagger that stabbed you. Ain't going to help you. It's only going to hurt you some more. So you said, bro, somebody left me. I feel so abandoned. Why are you abandoning everybody? Now that if you felt that, what happened just now is this is a concussion. And I want you to say, hey, compassion towards you. Once you became the same thing that you didn't like to avoid the thing you didn't like, I want you to look at the person who was affected by that thing you didn't like and be compassionate towards him and see what happens to you. So imagine if you had really controlling parents, and now you are controlling parents. That's why I like that commercial says, we help you to not become your parents. Now, becoming your parents, I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing. I'm saying we could take traits and qualities, but I don't think we should ever become somebody else, because that's the moment we become anybody else, is the moment we are replicating another being, we are copying, and therefore we are not standing in our own power. It is normally a subconscious download. We subconsciously become our parents. We subconsciously become what we don't want to in order to try to protect ourselves. By the way, let's do a quick intermission right quick. If y'all tapping into this, y'all text me right here. I fixed the audio now. Text 561-510-9605. Y'all text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. This is how you keep tapping into this podcast. This is how you get the daily messages. So I'm gonna comment that right now. So y'all text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. So the moment we live our lives subconsciously and we let the same thoughts repeat every day, we are repeating the same thing. Okay, so let me drop that. Y'all stick with me here. We're about to keep on with the message. I'm about to dig a little deep into the solar plexus. And if you want to know what that means, just stay tuned with me. I'm about to deep with the solar plexus here. So y'all text me right now. Some of you are just like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to text you, dude. Well, you're a miss. You're going to miss out, not me. Because I'm still going to be sending them powerful text messages every day about holistic wellness, motivation, inspiration. Bada boom, bada beam. Okay? So that's my number right there. Yeah, shoot me a text. Appreciate it, Javier. Mr. Javier Lee. Appreciate you. Okay. There we go. All right. I am back in action. Oh man. All right. I have to do the promo, you know. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. So you're like, wait. What? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Look at your every single day. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. You can't show up with resentment if you had one day to live. How can you show up with anger and hostility towards someone else if today's the first day of the rest of your life? If every single day you said, not only is this a new day, but it's the beginning of the rest of my life, then you realize how much power you have to recreate it. And just like the Creator said on the first day, let there be light. So you shine light on what you want every single day. You rise up today and you say, let there be light on whatever it is that you want to shine light on today. And you work on it. And then you will see that it was good. You say, hey, let there be light on my health today. You wake up and you take a meaningful action towards that. Let there be light. If today is the first day of the rest of your life, that means you have an opportunity to create your life. The moment that you say, I am a creator. Let's say this a couple of times. I am a creator. I am a creator. I am a creator. I am a creator. The moment you believe it, that you are a creator, the moment that you, not only do you believe it, but you embody your creation power. And you say to yourself, listen, I know I've been going through so much pain. I know I've been going through so much shame. I know I've been growing through so much guilt. I know I've been growing through so much sadness and depression. I know I've been manipulative towards myself, towards some other people. I know I have not been showing up like the way that I could. I know that I've been living in fear. I know that I've been living in so much anguish and pain. But today is the first day of the rest of my life. I'm not going to be like this anymore. The moment you decide and you let every single cell in your body communicate to you that today enough is enough. You say, I am tired of living this way, is the moment your life is going to change. The moment you say, hey, there is too much of me for me to hold this thing back. Let me bring this out here. The moment you say, hey, I'm not going to let numbers dictate how much work I put in, I'm going to put in the numbers. The moment you say, hey, I am not going to be the effect of a cause, I'm going to be causing the effect, you can transform your life. The moment you say, hey, I'm going to keep developing myself, I have to learn about me so that I don't create the wrong story about me. The moment you say, hey, I'm going to know what my story is and transform this story. The moment you say, hey, I'm not going to just exist anymore. I'm going to persist. I'm going to be in my power. The moment you decide that your life is up into your creation, you start to create your life. The moment you say, I'm going to change the way I look at things, the things you look at will change. The moment you say, every cell in my body, we have to transform. The moment you say, hey, all the chains that's been holding me back, I am free from that. The moment you say, my lungs are free, my hearts are free, I am no longer bondage by sadness and grief, is the moment you start to free yourself. Freedom lies in your tongue. Freedom lies in your energy. Freedom lies in the vitality that you bring in your body. But you have to speak life into you. You have to speak with conviction and power. Somebody says, hey man, I'm always down on me, man. I don't know, I just can't seem to figure it out. No, I'm not taking that from you. That's not true. You are powerful. It don't matter where you was. It don't matter what you keep doing to yourself. It don't matter how much you keep being your own vice. I want to let you know that today you can transform your life. Today is the first day of your life. Claim it. You have to understand that what happened did happen, but how you choose to happen today was not valid. I'm not saying it was not hard for you to go through. I am not in any shape or form diminishing your experience. I am just enhancing how you can experience. I am telling you right now, you do not have to be stuck to that state. You create your destiny. I'm telling you right now, you do not have to be stuck to that place. You create your destiny. You can get up off that room. That depression that's lingering like a dark cloud upon your soul. Listen, stand up, put your chest up, look at yourself from there. Let the tears go so you can grow. A release has to be with power. You have to look at, you have to be your own holistic motivator. That's right. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and the eyeballs and say, enough is enough. I am not giving 50%, 120. You have to say, enough is enough. I know what to do. I'm going to do it. You have to say, enough is enough. I have the courage within me to triumph over this circumstance. You have to say, enough is enough. I can go through this.
I am feeling very Olympic today.
It has to be, it has to work, or it has to work. It has to, say this with me, y'all. It has to work, or it has to work. It has to work, or it has to work. It has to work, or it has to work. It has to work, or it has to work. It has to work, or it has to work, because you are working it. Somebody says, well, listen, how much courage am I going to need? Somebody asked me, like, what do I need to do? Listen, I just need you to believe. You just have to believe it. When you believe it, you have a certain energy that says, hey, it's possible for me. The reason why a lot of people don't transform is because they don't think it's possible for them. And I'm telling you right now, you may be in your lowest point. You may feel like you're about to give up in life, but I'm telling you, don't give up, don't give in, because you got something powerful in you. You got to dig deep. You got to dig deep into your solar plexus. You got to push that sucker out. Listen, your life matters. Your life matters, and we need you. We need you right here, right now, and today, and from today on. You have to make a determined effort that though you walk to the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil, for thou art with me. That rod and that staff, they protect me. They comfort me. All the days of my life, you have to have this strength within you that says, no matter what happens, all I do is win, win, win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. No matter what, I am going to keep pushing through. When there is no way, I will find a way. Where there is a wall, I will push through that wall. If I don't have enough courage, I will climb that wall. And even when I'm sitting behind that wall and I don't know how I'm going to get through it, with my vision, with my mind's eye, I can see through it. I need you to see not what's in front of you, but what's inside of you. I need you to see that you have power within you to triumph over all circumstances that you're going through. It has not came to break you, it has came to teach you something. It has not came to put you 6 feet deep. It has came to plant you into the ground. And from this moment forward, you have to make a determined effort that I am not a plastic, I am a seed. They thought they was burying you, but they was only giving you the environment to grow. They thought they was putting you underneath ground, but they was only giving you the fuel you needed to come on top. I know sometimes it's hard. It's hard to water your garden every day and not see the fruits, but I'm saying, wake up, soldier. Wake up every single day, garden your plant. Wake up every single day and tender to your garden, because guess what? We need you. We need your harvest. We need your spirit. We need what you bring out here. You are powerful beyond measure. Now, I woke up with a spirit in me today that says, hey, listen, somebody need what you got. I wake up with that spirit every day, and I'm like, yo, millions of people need what I got. I can't stand here and live in the past. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. I claim it. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. I claim it. Because guess what? Once you don't claim the first day of your life and bring your gift out there, it's somebody's last day. And you could have done something about that. So I'm saying to you that bring your gifts out here too. Bring your gifts out here. You're like, yo, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that big. It doesn't have to. It don't need to be this big thing. It just needs to be what's in you. What's in you is all you need. What's in you is all you need. You have to understand that the power within you is powerful beyond measure. I am powerful. I can triumph over this situation. No matter what happens, I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. Some days in our lives, we don't find the words. I'm here to bring the words here for you. I just want you to have that belief that it's possible for you. Sometimes your life feels like, yo, why do I keep inflicting pain on myself? I want you to know that you just trying to feel something. You just trying to feel something. And I want to let you know, you don't have to be in pain to feel. You don't have to be in pain to feel. Guess what feeling is? You can be in love and you can feel. You can be in love. And here's what I'm saying. A lot of times we don't have to show up for everybody else. Bringing yourself out here, doing the best that you can, sharing your gift isn't even for other people. It is for your spirit to evolve. A lot of times we work in our profession, we work in our jobs, but we don't bring the things of our spirit. I'm not doing this work per se for your kudos. Yes, I'm doing it because I'm mission oriented, but I'm not doing this work because I want you to like me. I'm doing this work because it's in me. And the moment I stop doing it, I feel like something is missing. Yet, the very impact of what I do can transform people's lives. It is not for my glory that I do this. It is because when I don't do it, I feel like, what the heck am I doing? I'm like, yo, if I look at myself and I see me, I want you to look at yourself and see you. Once you know who you are, you can't settle anymore. Once you know what you possess, you can't settle anymore because it's in you. You realize that it's you. It is you that you need the most. It is not them. It is not it, but it is you. If you're not here, how can you benefit from you? If you don't show up every day, how can you benefit you? It is you that you need right now. And I'm asking you to start cultivating yourself. Start building yourself up. Start loving on yourself. Start appreciating your life. Start seeing the greatness in you. Stop working based on the memories of the past, but based on the light that's within that can create both the present and the future for you. And everything is going to evolve. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Claim it. Told you I was about to tap into the solar plexus. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Claim it. I'm telling you, I would not tell you something that's not in me. I'm only giving you what I have in me, what my spirit says. And for some reason, I felt like somebody today needed to hear exactly what I said, because I was all day, I'm waking up, something in my mind says, Ed, where's your book? Something in my life says, like, I gave you all of this, and you out here, what you doing with it, bro? Like, are you sitting on it? It's like God is saying to me, I give you all of this. What you doing with it? Why are you focusing on the wayside, on the things that's wasting your time, and not focusing on forward on the things that's useful of your time? And God is saying that He gave you everything you need right now. Why are you not? Just today I woke up, I said, man, pre-order it for your book, drop that. Something in me says, bro, you don't know how long you have on this planet. Do what you need to do. Why are you ignoring the people you love the most? Love them the most. Why are you ignoring your body that you need the most? Put the things that you need in your body. Why are you ignoring the things that's in you, that's pushing you? The Creator is saying, man, it's time. It's your time. The time is now. The time is here and it's in you. Embrace what's in you. Bring it out here. Every single day, I cultivate this energy. So by the time I get here right now, I have fueled my spirit. And what I fueled my spirit with, I fuel my podcast with. What I fuel my podcast with, I fuel the world with. And some days I look at my progression and I feel discouraged. But then I realize that it is not my progression that should encourage me as it relates to how this is operating, how the brand, how the business. It is the fact that I am being that I am. It's the journey by itself. If this is fulfilling, by all means do what fulfills you. So I keep doing it every single rising. Rising prime every day. Don't stop. Never stop. Don't stop. All I do is win no matter what. No more 50%. 120. You have to see it before it happens. You have to live it. You got to touch it before it happens. You have to taste it before it happens. I would listen to Eric Thomas and he said, you have to eat the dream. You have to feel the dream. You have to live the dream. And then you're going to see it happen right in front of you. It's the same thing with your life. People have to look at you and say, why are you talking so powerfully like that? And you have to say, hey, because it's in me. Your courage is not courageous enough if it don't scare some people. I'm just saying sometimes you have to say, hey, we're going to climb this mountain. Somebody say, yeah, right, you going to climb that mountain? How you going to do that? Like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. You just got to go and climb the mountain. Sometimes you're going to have to be a lone wolf climbing that mountain. Sometimes nobody's going to show up to you climbing your mountain. But you got to keep climbing it. Got to keep climbing that mountain. I invite y'all, man, to tap in. Rise and prime with me every day. Do the same very thing that's transforming my life. You say, hey, man, yo, this is inspiring. How are you able to do that? It's not the question of how. It is I do it every day. I wake up and do a seminar. You put in the practice. You cultivate yourself to respond a certain way. You cultivate yourself to joy. You cultivate yourself to peace. You have to cultivate it. And that's what we do during Rise and Prime. It is a rising routine, the most powerful rising routine in the world. Right on Zoom. Every single day, you can come and you could do some movements. And you start to put in stimuli. Priming means you put what you want to recreate. You put in your mind what you want to create rather than recreating what happened then. So what if you woke up, you acknowledge what it was, but then you create what can be? Wouldn't everything be a little bit better for you? If you said, hey, you know what? This happened. But today, I choose how I'm going to happen. And you settled yourself in a way where you can happen that way. So that's what Rise and Prime is all about. If you want to tap into Rise and Prime, just go to riseandprime.co. And you're going to be able to tap into a daily rising routine on Monday and Friday for the free. Right? And you'll be able to start doing this with me. If you say, man, I am keen to do this some more every day, then you join the tribe. Okay? But I just want you to try it for now. Go to riseandprime.co and sign up for a daily rising routine. It's every day at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. on the West Coast. riseandprime.co. It's on Zoom. You're going to get a ticket. And with this ticket, you'll be able to attend. So you'll be able to do personal development. You'll be able to do affirmation. Oh my goodness. I dropped everything. That sucked. Well, you know what? I'm not going to stop it. I hope my TV didn't break. That sucked. All right, with that being said, ladies and gents, go to riseandprime.co, sign up for the Rise and Prime session. Remember, you have the unlimited power in you to achieve and create the person that you want. The moment you decide that you're not going to live in the past, you're going to start to create a better future. All right? If you want to subscribe to this podcast, go to edtalksdaily.com. edtalksdaily.com. And there you're going to be able to subscribe to the podcast, which means you're going to be able to listen to this as audio format. Okay? Y'all going to tap in? If you're going to subscribe or join me for Rise and Prime, say comment yes. If you're going to subscribe to edtalksdaily.com or join me for Rise and Prime, comment yes. edtalksdaily.com. All right. Remember, you have the unlimited power in you to achieve whatever it is that you want. Create the person that you want. First, you got to believe it until you can achieve it. And until that happens, the world will forever miss all your talents, all your gifts, and all the great things you have to offer. So remember, let your light shine. Don't hide it. Don't dim it. It's the Holistic Motivator. I'm tapping out, y'all. Peace and love. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.